Hello my friends, this is umonox and it's finally done. I finished my little sound pack for the Digitone 2 for you, and in this video I want to quickly show you what's inside the pack, and will then play through all of its sounds so that you get an idea about how they sound like, and also give you a little info on how these sounds are structured, specifically how you can recreate those stacked sounds on your own. Okay, so before we get started, just a quick reminder, there is a free taster pack available for that sound pack, and you can download that for free on Gumroad. The link should come up in the top right corner now, and it contains 11 of these sounds for you to try out on your own Digitones, and yeah, have fun with those. Okay, so now let's actually have a look at what's inside the pack. Now, the pack comes with 6 categories, and we have 8 lead sounds, 8 basses, has 8 key sounds, as well as 6 arpeggios. Now those can also be used as key sounds if you turn the arpeggiator off. And it comes with 8 pads, and has 4 of those stacked sounds that always use 4 tracks to create the whole sound. Now, I have all these sounds laid out on what I will call a demo project, which is also part of the sound pack. Now, the sound pack has that demo project inside where all these sounds are laid out for you to try them out. It also has the individual sounds based on their categories, so you can drop them in as you wish. Now, the demo project itself is just a default project with all these sounds laid out, and it has the default reverb and delay settings inside, so there's not a lot of reverb going on in here, regardless of the fact that a lot of these sounds have the reverb turned up quite high, as you can see. So this is just for you to get a better idea about how they probably mix into your own projects. It's the closest way to, have them as dry as possible while still having a little bit of room inside so that they are not completely dry to play through. Okay, so that being said, let's now play through the sounds, and we begin with the lead sounds. Okay, so now we come to the basses. Now, just a quick warning up front: if you are sitting on a very strong and bass-heavy audio system right now, and have your speakers turned up quite heavy, and also the bass, I highly recommend you to turn down the bass of your speakers now, because those things are pushed quite high due to filter settings that I've used here, and I will tell you that when we are through. But just make sure that you turn the bass down so that you not accidentally damage your speakers or something. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, so those were the basses. Let's now have a listen to our key sounds. Okay, now we have the Arps, and those Arps, as I said before, by turning off the arpeggiator, you can just simply turn them into additional key sounds if you want to. Okay, now let's have a listen to the offbeat thing right here together with something that is on beat, so we can get a better idea how we might interact with each other. Okay, wasn't perfectly in sync, but yeah. Okay, now let's move on to the pads. Now, as for the pads, I can already tell you I just somewhat studied a little bit of a chord progression for my hands because I'm not really a good piano player. So you might already have heard it that I'm literally always playing in the same scale. That's because of that. So sorry for that, but I still hope that this works out for you to get an understanding of how these things sound. Okay, so let's start with the pads. Okay, that one is probably a little bit better with a single note rather than a chord. It's like a takeoff, and let's have a listen. Okay, those were the pads. Now let's have a listen to the stacked sounds, which are sitting on their own patterns here, because we can only have one track layer per pattern, i.e. per kit. Now they are a little bit like stabs. I just made them that way because I like them so that way. Just another hint on these. Okay, my friends, now those were the sounds, and let's now have a look at how these are structured a little. So for that, I just quickly go into the preset area here to load these up. I have them in here. Now you can see those letters in the beginning, and those just mean the category what they are. So K stands for key, B stands for bass, P for pad, L stands for leads, and stuff like that. A for Arps, and that one right here, the S, stands for the stacked sounds. Now the sounds are also categorized, so when you drop them onto your Digitone, you should find them with your category filters. And just keep in mind in that case that the keys are also saved as leads, because for whatever reason the Digitone 2 doesn't have keys as a category. The arpeggios, however, are saved as Arps, as you can see. Okay, now the stacked sounds, as I said before, are usually on 4 tracks. So they use 4 tracks to create a sound, and they are saved as 4 individual sounds that you have to put into a track layer. And I will quickly show you how that works. Just select a random empty pattern here. And I will move to the one that is also in the free pack. So this is the huge stab right here. And now the way I construct these things is I usually started with the bass sound, which I call BS. This is the bass sound for it. So that's the sound where it all started from, and I have that one as a layer. Next up, I have a sound that is going completely to the left, which is that one. And next up, I have something that goes completely to the right, which is that one, which is then called RL. So LL for the left layer, RL for the right layer. Now and when finally there's a top layer, which is usually an octave higher. In that case, it's not the case, but on others, they are an octave higher. And those are making up the whole sound. And now to make sure that we can play them all at the same time, we hit function and setup and put them into a track layer. Now the first track I've chosen as the bass track for the layer that triggers them all, and I now just tap those and they are in. And now we can play them from that first track all at the same time. More or less reconstructed the sound that you heard in the demo. And the cool thing about those is those filters on here, they are synchronized. So we can also, in a live situation at least, play around with the filter for all of them via the control all configuration. And that can be done by function and setup and control all up here, and we take everything out except for those tracks that belong to the layer. Now when we do control all by keeping the track button pressed, we only affect those. So that way we can actually modify the filter for all of them. Have a listen. Yeah. And on those other stacked sounds, I can also highly recommend you to try that out, because some of those can get really bright and really brassy and all that kind of stuff once the filter is up. It's just inside the demo project here, I have them as some sort of steps going on. But there's a lot that you can do with those. That's for sure. Okay, so those were the sounds, my friends. And thanks for watching, and I hope that you've made great use of those if you get the pack, and also if you get the free pack, of course. And yeah, that being said, I would say I wish you all the best, my friends, wherever you are, and I see you in my next video. Bye!